So, Coach, obviously practice starting much earlier than usual, but has the trip to China took off the rust a little when you look at the first week of practice?
Well, the trip to China, like we talked about at the time, was so much more than us practicing and us playing games. It was well beyond that reach. But most importantly, we now have our whole team, something we did not have in the summertime, together. So we're working, from first base, and the first few days have been very good.
What's it like having a guy like Marshall, experience you can plug him right into the lineup like that?
Well, Jermaine is a very good basketball player. He's a proven basketball player. He has a great deal of experience. I really like his toughness, his grit. I think he's a fearless competitor, and we expect him to help our team a great deal.
What kind of expectations do you have? I know you don't want to set, probably don't set.
Yeah, that's always the most popular question on
Thank you
media
very much.
day.
Yes.
Everybody tries to look into their crystal ball to see what things will look like in March. But as one of our core values says, now is the only time. The path is the goal. And so we're totally immersed in this segment of our season, which is preseason practice. We have 30 days. We've already used 3 of them, so we're down to 27 days. And our focus has to be to improve as much as we can during that time period. And like all teams, on October 3rd, we aspire to be in the tournament. We aspire to have a great season. That's one of the beauties of college basketball. There's always a new beginning. There's always fresh faces to get you excited. There's always familiar faces to remind you. And so, we're like everybody else, very excited about the new season on the horizon.
How do you feel about how the preseason was set up this year when you started and the changes?
I think it's brilliant. I really do. We don't have any more time in terms of days than we've traditionally had, but we have a greater span of time that it's spread over. And I think that allows a better pace. I think that allows for a more gradual progression, some additional days off, all of which to me make great common sense. And I think the more types of things we can institute like that, where there's latitude, it allows people to make good decisions. It allows people to make decisions that are best for their team and their program. And the fear is always that there'll be somebody who takes something too far. That's why we have the next rule legislation. But I always believe that you can't legislate everything, and outliers over time are taken care of by the marketplace. So I love the earlier start because it allows for a gradual progression into the season, more so than we've had historically, especially now given the fact our first game isn't Thanksgiving weekend as it traditionally was. We tip off November 8th, which will be the earliest start in the history of Arizona State basketball.
You have